Puff Daddy, whatever he's calling himself these days, finally has been taken into custody, arrested on federal charges. Details of what he's been are currently being charged with is unknown, but I'm pretty sure we'll find out before the end of the night, or we'll find out within hours what they're charging him for. Now, keep in mind, the feds came and got P. Diddy. And I will make this very and abundantly clear, transparent as hell. If the feds arrest you, they got something. Keep in mind, the feds, not the regular police, has a 98% conviction rating, which means out of every 100 people they arrest, only 2 of them will beat the case. Now, keep in mind, Sean Combs is a billionaire. He has a lot of money. In all likelihood, they're not going to allow him to make bail because Sean Diddy Combs is a flight risk. He has a lot of money. He is a billionaire. He could just take off and go somewhere and not set foot in the country. They are not going to let him pull a Roman Polanski. I can tell you that right now. I will be surprised if Diddy is granted bail at this time. They should allow him bail, but we will just have to see, depending on what the charges is. So everybody that was gloating, celebrating, and dancing for joy and sea walking and all this stuff, hoping Diddy goes down. Well, you finally got your wish. At the end of the day, I really don't harp and pray for people's downfall, especially people that look like me. But if Diddy committed these crimes that he's being accused of, he deserves to be in jail. Now, I will say this much. They may have a deal for him. They may want him to rat on somebody. But Diddy has long been accused of being an informant. And when I say he's long been accused of being an informant, and then the funny thing is you have all these people that have been doing interview after interview, basically, saying they witnessed certain things that he allegedly did. Now, here's my thing. Dudes like Gene Deal, I think they should be charged with accessory. If Gene Deal's seen all these horrendous and heinous acts committed by Sean Combs, his ass should be locked up right along with Sean Combs. Everybody should be charged. Instead of people going from platform to platform, basically, selling stories, charging people anywhere from, $5,000 to $10,000 to do interviews, basically, telling on Diddy. I don't give people like Gene Deal and all these other dudes credit sitting up saying, well, they heard this, they saw this and witnessed that. Like I said, you part of the problem. If you saw this stuff going on and you said nothing, you didn't report him to the authorities, motherfucker, you just as guilty as Diddy. Gotta be said. I got a feeling. This is just my guesstimation. I got a feeling that they may tie him to both Biggie and Tupac's, slaying. So don't be surprised if he get charged with that, because they've been putting his name out there heavily being tied to both of them. Like I said, if the feds take you into custody, they got something on you. And now the thing is, who's going to be all the people that's going to come forward snitching? Who's going to be all the people that's going to be testifying? Who going to be the people that's going to come out of nowhere with some elaborate Diddy story that probably went as far as just shaking Diddy's hand? Now we know 50 Cent is probably somewhere tweeting it up, gloating with his fuckboy ass. Because at the end of the day, karma is going to hit 50 Cent really hard based off how he treats people. So I'm just saying. I'm not finna sit up here and gloat because I'm not happy. I'm gonna say this again. I'm not happy. I'm not finna sit up here and gloat and say, ha 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 ha, they got Diddy, they got Diddy. No, that ain't how I roll. It's unfortunate. I always have a soft spot for my people. But I'm gonna say this again. If Diddy is found guilty of these crimes, evidence presented himself, he get a fair trial, and he's guilty of these crimes that he is accused of committing, then he deserves to be where he is. But I'm going to say this much. If they give Diddy bail, I will be surprised, because he is definitely a flight risk. I think what's going on is the feds want those files, and don't be surprised if Diddy suffers the same fate as Jeffrey Epstein. Keep in mind, they keep saying Jeffrey Epstein deleted himself, but people said that they heard some screaming, as if, it was more than one person. But at the end of the day, we know that they specialize in making certain things look like an accident or a suicide. So I'm just keeping it 100. Nah, you got the wrong dude if you think I'm going to sit up here and gloat and celebrate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to hear about these type of things. It's just sad. Yeah, exactly. How do we benefit from it? How is it going to help us? At the end of the day, this is what they've been planning to do for a minute. Ever since that lawsuit stuff happened about where he won a lawsuit for racial discrimination, this is when all this stuff started to happen. The same way with Bill Cosby, the same way with R. Kelly. Now, every self-righteous motherfucker and they mama gonna be making videos, all different colors, shapes, and sizes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gender they go by, they gonna have something to say about the Diddy situation, as if they know. Now, keep in mind, when these white people be doing stuff, these people are nowhere to be found. You don't see people press the record button and start talking. Because I was one of the very few people that went after Ezra Miller, went after Kevin Spacey, went after, Emil Hirsch, a lot of these other people that were accused of heinous acts. I exposed Elvis. I talked about Jerry Lee Lewis. One thing about me, I keep it 100. But these people, they don't find those stories interesting, because they know whenever you talk about a black man, primarily if it's bad news, you're going to get a whole bunch of clicks, especially from people that never came on your channel before. Talk about, oh, this is a great video. Oh, thank you for your objective and fair journalism. But you never get that type of shit when you talk about the white boys or the non-blacks. So I don't need that. So I'm just telling you now. Don't expect that from me on my platform. You're not going to get that from me. I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to gloat, because at the end of the day, you never know when you find yourself in a situation where you may end up, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, breaking the law. So I'm not going to sit up here and celebrate and gloat, but like I say, dudes like 50 Cent's pussy ass, gonna be gloating and stuff, because 50 Cent is a bitch ass nigga anyway. I'm gonna just say this much. The same way you can come up, they can easily take you down. I'm telling you now, they're probably gonna, even though they don't have justification, because Diddy's money is legal. He earned his money legally. They gonna try to freeze his accounts. So like I said, now the question is, who's gonna come forward? Who's going to sell Diddy out? Who's going to rat? And then how many people gonna be coming out of nowhere saying that they got all these Diddy stories? Now, I can tell you who may be called to testify. They may call Jaguar Wright, because she seemed to have all the information. Because Jaguar Wright seemed to have been everywhere at every time when something happened, because she seemed to know everything. Oh, it's finna be. This is going. Let me tell you something. This is finna be the trial of the century. This finna be the new trial of the century. This is finna be a high profile, high publicized case. I'm telling you right now, this is all on scene. This is all they're gonna be talking about tomorrow. Everybody gonna have an opinion, from Stephen A. Smith, people that don't even usually talk hip hop. Everybody gonna have something to say. Diddy is gonna be convicted before he even sets foot in the courtroom. I hate to say this, but this is just absolutely the truth. It's unfortunate. But like I said, if you think I'm finna sit up here and celebrate Diddy's shortcomings and the downfall of Diddy, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna play this by ear. And whatever I know, you guys gonna know. That's how I'm gonna play it. Because we showed and seen when people didn't do something, they get convicted. Ask Tory Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion lied on Tory Lanez and put an innocent black man in jail. They withheld evidence. They withheld testimony that would have got Tory Lanez off. He got convicted on a whole bunch of circumstantial evidence and was really bogus circumstantial evidence. So once again, I'll say fuck Megan Thee Stallion. So I'm just keeping it 100. When I say this is gonna be everywhere by tomorrow morning, this is gonna be, when I say this is gonna be the big thing, this is gonna be everywhere. And I think everybody's gonna have an angle. Don't be surprised if in this election year, in the election that's coming up, be surprised if everybody has something to say in regards to this. It's proven without a shadow of a doubt that you didn't do it, that you're innocent, that the person lied on you. It will always be the cloud of suspicion, just because of who you are and what you look like. And don't nobody come on here talking about, oh, here we go, somebody playing the radio. Fuck you. Now what? That's what I say to that. It's the truth. And I just want to tell you, save all that, oh, here, victimhood and only a person with a weak mindset. Shut up. That fake Jedi white talking points, that don't work on me. I'm black. Nobody cares what you think. I know I don't. I ain't one of these black people that sit up their ear. Oh, I wonder what white people gonna think. Anybody that been on my channel, you should already know I give two fucks what they think, or for the most part, anybody think. I only care what my audience thinks and what I think. At the end of the day, we could have a real conversation. This is a real conversation. Like I said before, I'm not finna sit up here gloating, celebrating, because any black person that sit up here gloating about what's going on with Diddy, you are a mark. You's a mark. Yeah, I reported on Conor McGregor too. Conor McGregor been accused of the unthinkable on a couple occasions, but nobody cares. Y'all mark my word. I wouldn't be, watch. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they do a segment on ESPN. We know Stephen A. Smith is going to do a solo segment. Like I said, by tomorrow, this is going to be everywhere. This is going to be everywhere. When I say this is going to be everywhere, this is going to be everywhere. But I'm pretty sure that the details of his arrest will be out shortly. And if it's what I think it is, if I think they finna try to link him to both Biggie and Tupac's slayings, ooh boy, ooh, hoo, hoo. Like Ludacris, like that song called "The Potion" by Ludacris, my favorite song. It's finna be, ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Luda, put your body in, yeah. Hey buddy, I got the potion. Take a sip of this to put your back in, man. I'm like Anita with it, man. I'm telling you right now, it's finna be bad news, y'all. So, you know, shout out to Ticket for breaking the story. Shout out to Willie D. And, you know, probably for Willie D, this really kind of like affect him to a certain way, because I'm pretty sure Willie D have encountered Diddy one time or another. At the end of the day, here's the thing. You're going to feel some kind of way. You're going to have some kind of emotion, because I'm feeling some kind of way, and I have been seeing Diddy for years. The reality shows, seeing him in movies, seeing him in videos, the records, and now all of a sudden it's all came to this. Wow. I'm just telling the truth, y'all. It's came to this now. Like Bobby Womack sung, where do we go from here? What happens next? Yeah, dude, I'm just like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've never met Diddy in my life. I've never came within proximity of Diddy, but just we all feel some kind of way. We all feel affected by this. We feel bothered by this, because it's one of us. The same way with R. Kelly, it's disappointing, it bothers you. I felt some kind of way. I felt funny when I heard about what happened with Nipsey Hussle. It was tragic. And at the end of the day, this situation with Diddy is tragic. And don't come on here with the self-righteous, well, what about his victims and all? Wait a minute. He got to have his day in court. Let's wait till things get to court. I'm not finna sit up here and convict Diddy. But at the end of the day, I don't think Diddy will get a fair trial. I can tell you that much. I don't think he's going to get a fair trial. And like I said, you just feel bothered, and you feel like, I can tell you guys what's, going through my mind. I feel some kind of disappointment. I feel disappointed. I feel sad. I feel bad. I feel bad for everybody that's involved. I feel bad for Diddy's children. I feel bad for the alleged victims, because in all likelihood, this is going to become a circus. So I'm just telling you guys now, this is going to become a circus over the next couple of days. Don't be surprised if this overshadows the election. I think everybody is like shocked. You first start hearing about this stuff in February. I don't know who Diddy pissed off, but whoever he pissed off, They went on a relentless hunt to take him down. Because I kept saying, well, if they got so much evidence on this dude, why ain't he been arrested? So now he's finally been arrested. And like I said before, I feel kind of, like I said, I feel really weird because you seeing something like this happen before your eyes. You wouldn't even think that Diddy was into the stuff that he's been accused of. This dude has been accused of both type of trafficking. He's been accused of having mules. He's been accused of, and see, let me tell you something. What they did was they rewrote and made it seem like it was horrendous. Like they rewrote trafficking like you actually bringing people from another country and you selling them as sex slaves, and that's not the case. Basically, Diddy is being accused of pimping. But see, around the 2000s and stuff, they started to reword stuff like that. The court system started to reword stuff and make it worse than they would reword it and make it sound worse and more horrendous than what it really was. Just like they started, like I'll give you an example. Like basically they started charging the littlest thing a person with domestic violence. Like if you flinch towards a girl or something, or a girl flinched towards you, or she threw it, or a girl threw, threw a at you, or threw like a cup at you or something, or the dude do something at the girl, or they started to reword it. So they started to change everything to domestic violence so they could start getting these convictions and putting you on paperwork. So basically what was going on, the court system was manufacturing convictions. They were circumventing convictions. And couldn't make bail. Oh, they had to force you to take it. They had to force you to take a plea. And then the thing was, even if the person, the so-called victim would decide, hey, I don't want to press charges, the court could pick up the case. Now, if you bailed out, you was good. Because in all likelihood, if they can't get the person to testify against you, you'll beat the case. Or you could just wait it out. But a lot of people, they want to sit up in jail for like 6 months and all that kind of stuff. You could just do an instant 6 months, keep you in there. Or just stay in there till they let you out, ride it out. And then if the person once again refuses to testify, they let you out, but you didn't lost 6 months of your life. Oh, I know how this works. And then you get screwed. So when they be talking about trafficking, they basically saying that Diddy was pimping. Diddy was not bringing no kids from Asia and putting them in a shipping container to where they possibly, we lose air and basically, you know what I'm saying, basically perish on their way. No. They just reworded pimping. So they started calling it trafficking. So that's how they started coming down on pimps and stuff. But the funny thing is, they were coming after the pimps. They weren't really going after the hoes. Like if you was independent, you was good. There they would charge you with regular solicitation. But if they found out you had quote unquote a pimp, then they was charging the pimp with sex trafficking. See how that works? So that's what they trying to do to Diddy. Maybe. I haven't seen the charges and all that, but I'm just telling you how they started to rewrite the law. That's how they were rewriting the law. And keep in mind, that stuff was primarily aimed at I'm just keeping it a buck. That stuff is primarily aimed at black dudes. So I just wanted to explain to y'all how they was rewriting things. But I'm saying this, about Diddy, so you can understand what people, because that's what they do now. They got you thinking that when they say trafficking, they making it look like that this dude is going across seas and bringing like 15-year-olds and all that kind of stuff. But they accused him of basically pimping girls out. And I'm gonna say this again. Not condoning that. Not condoning that. But I'm just saying, I just wanted to give you guys some clarity on what some of this stuff means. They just started rewriting a lot of stuff, making it, enhancing it, making it just seem so horrendous and graphic and despicable. But that's what they started to do. That's your politician for you. Like I said, the mafia wasn't lying when they said some of these politicians is the real crooks. That's been proven time and time again. And like I said, when they started to rewrite these laws, they were targeting a certain group of people. Yeah, the melanated people. I ain't saying that black and brown, fuck that shit. Nah, black people. That's who they was primarily targeting when they started to rewrite those laws. Now, I don't know if it was the Democrats or the Republicans. I would have to do a little bit more research. But I'm just telling you how they started to rewrite the laws and stuff. California is known for that type of stuff. So, just wanted to give you guys a little, little intel on what's going on. And like I said before, I'm not going to sit up here and gloat about what's going on with Diddy. It's just very sad. It's just very disturbing. It's just cringeworthy. Because like I said, this is a dude that most of us been watching for over 30 years. In the entertainment business. You would think this dude is a regular businessman, but he's just tied to all this crazy shit. So, there you have it. But like I said, I'm going to wait till the facts come out. I am not going to make no videos dancing and celebrating, Diddy being arrested. I ain't no better than white people. Because at the end of the day, y'all niggas don't do it when these white boys get arrested. And like I said, y'all don't publicize when these non-blacks are getting in trouble for what Diddy is being accused of. Well, like I said, go ahead, make your videos celebrating Diddy getting arrested, going in on Diddy, keying with the open enemy to get your views. Go right ahead. But me, I don't get down like that. I'm going to wait till I get the facts. I'm going to wait till I tally up more information. I'm going to be responsible in how I cover this thing with Diddy. And I'm going to be fair and objective. I'm going to be fair to everybody involved. But we'll see what happens. But I'm telling you right now, this is going to be everywhere tomorrow. This is going to be all over the news. If it isn't all over the news, I bet you when I walk in the house, they're going to be talking about Diddy. Anyway, it's your boy Town. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.